Could he dance? Like, was it good?
Well, no, all I saw was like the bottom and the top. It was like, I don't know, trying to wiggle out of like a tube, you know? Okay, wait, we missed. Start again. All right.
Take two. Welcome back. It's your favorite besties back at it again. Episode 2.
From Mrs. to Ms. We are so excited to be back with you guys and kind of talk about everything. Now, if you missed out on our first episode, first of all, you got to go back and listen. I mean, seriously.
Please.
Rate, review, whatever all you're supposed to do.
Whatever else we were supposed to tell you.
But, okay, so just to kind of reiterate about ourselves.
Yes. We were both in long-term marriages, not to each other. And then divorced.
Unfortunately. And then we're kind of back out in the dating scene. And so we're kind of here to talk to you guys about what that's like, what our stories are, give you some advice, some information. No expert advice, but just our advice. No. How was your week?
You know what? Not bad. Do you know what I am excited about?
Tell me.
That little thing that you've talked me into doing.
Okay, we're doing
Saturday.
I've talked her into doing pole dancing.
Well, first of all, this Saturday we are not participating, correct? Don't lie to me. I'm not here. No, see.
No, it's just a teaser this week. So it's like pole dancing, burlesque dancing.
But we're just going to watch the session.
We're going to watch this week, and then we're going to try it and kind of figure out.
Wait. We're trying it on Saturday?
Not Saturday. No. I don't know.
Swear on the Bible. It's time to swear you in.
It's time to swear. All right.
Andrea, am I pole dancing on Saturday or am I just watching?
I swear to tell 95% of the truth and nothing but 95% of the truth. No, I do not believe. Now, it is not my class, but I do not believe we will be pole dancing on Saturday. And I swear to tell 95% of the truth and nothing but 95% of the truth.
You're sticking with that story.
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Katie.
I solemnly swear, that if I have to pole dance on Saturday against my will without knowing and agreeing to do this first, then I don't know what's going to happen.
Limber up.
Stretch it out.
Okay, do you swear to tell 95% of the truth and nothing but 95% of the truth in this podcast?
Today only?
Today only.
For the next
however long it takes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so we are excited about our class coming up this Saturday. Just to go back to that, we are going to find a way to kind of spice up our relationships, our dates, ourselves.
What? Oh, okay. I was like, what relationship?
Ourselves. It's going to create strength and...
well, this all started because, like, I'm tired of swiping. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into, like, first dates in a little while, but I'm tired of swiping. So I was like, Andrea, let's do something different. And this was exactly what I was talking about because I'm probably not going to meet anybody. Are there
another
guys
woman? No.
Hey, you know.
I mean, if you're into women.
If that happens, sign me up.
Okay. You heard it here first, people.
All right. So pole dancing is going to be,
it's kind of like our bestie date.
Right, but I'm not pole dancing.
For now, we're going to watch, but we will eventually. That's the whole point.
This week is not about pole dancing.
Correct.
It's about getting ready for the first date. So,
I love it.
I'm excited to share with you. But Andrea.
Yes.
First, I want you to tell me about your first date, but also we need to talk about how did you feel?
Oof.
Going into that,
Well, I think that it was just kind of, there was a lot of mixture of stuff. Like I was excited, but nervous and you're like anxious, you don't know what to expect. So I think that was a lot of it, but I was definitely excited to start dating again. And you have to put yourself out there at some point. So anybody out there that is, kind of hesitant to start dating, now is the best time. Just go for it. It doesn't mean anything. It's just getting the first date out of the way and then see what happens.
But how do you know you were ready?
I wasn't ready.
Oh,
I wasn't ready. I just went for it because
totally.
It was just kind of like, I just got to do it because you can sit and hum and haw and think about it so much and then you can talk yourself out of it. And eventually you just have to be like, just go for it. So I did.
Okay.
What about you?
No. No, I was kidding. What about me? No, I think the same. Like, I don't know that I was ready or not. It was just like, I'm happy. I like being single, honestly, more than I thought. I liked being married. I liked that family dynamic.
Yeah.
But it took a while to realize, oh my gosh, I'm single. And so I needed to sit with that for a while, right?
Absolutely.
And then and I'm okay being single. And I'm not in any rush or any hurry, but it's yeah, I guess that would be okay to put myself back out there and just
Yeah.
see what's out there, but no rush.
Well, I think there's like this big stigma about being single, and that
Yeah, I wish that
people
stigma
look at it in
wasn't
like
there.
a negative way. You're single.
You haven't
I'd rather be
remarried or
single
date.
and
You're not
happy
dating. Yeah.
than with the wrong guy and
Correct.
unhappy,
Correct.
right? So why not just give it a shot? Okay, so you want to hear about my first
I
date?
truly want to hear about this first date.
Okay, so all right. So this is what I did. So I just kind of got on the dating sites and I was playing around with different ones, trying to figure out what worked best for me. So I really like Bumble personally because the woman has to make the first move.
Right.
Okay. So when you go online, for anybody that hasn't been on Bumble and doesn't know about this, when you go online, you can swipe. You swipe right if you like them, swipe left if you don't. Don't mix that up. And
Careful.
yeah, and so then they appear in your beehive, if you will. So once they're in your beehive, then you kind of go in and you have 24 hours basically to reach out to the man. So I know a lot of you are probably going, oh my God, I don't want to make the first move. I want the guy to reach out first.
But I think what's behind that is like women are like scared to like they're being filled up, their DMs are being filled or their messages are being filled with so many guys and it kind of just puts you in the driver's seat of like,
Yeah.
I don't want to respond to that person, but I will respond.
Absolutely. It's
give
like
you a little
power
bit of control.
stance. Yeah,
right?
totally. So you get to decide who you want to talk to, who you don't. There's a lot of times I might swipe right and then they're in my queue and I keep going back in and, you zoom in on their pictures. Do I? Don't I? Do I? And I mean, what I've
How tall
learned
is he?
now, yeah, exactly. But what I've learned now compared to then is like, if I'm doing the so many times, I'm like, all right, I'm not interested because
Okay.
I know if it's going to take that much out of me to like them
Then
and talk
you're
to them,
if you
I'm probably not that
from
into
his
them.
profile, like you might be like a little harder in real life.
Totally. So, okay. So for my first date, I was on Bumble and oh God, I remember it so clearly because I hardly swiped on anybody. I was kind of scared, so I didn't know what to do. So I was going through left, and then one popped up that I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. So I'll describe him. He was
Tall, dark, and handsome.
well, yes. He was bald, but I'm good with bald if
Okay.
it's like.
Was it like bald on purpose?
Yeah,
or
there you go. It wasn't like
Did
he
he-
was going bald.
he
Like
just-
he just
he's
shaved
like
it bald,
shaved it.
which I like that. That's a good thing. So he was bald. He was handsome. He was probably late 40s, I think, maybe around 47, 48. He was at least 5'9". I think he was probably closer to 6 feet tall. I do like taller.
And
We've already
just so you know,
established that.
Andrea's
I'm
quite
5'9".
tall.
Yeah, I'm 5'9". So with heels, I'm already right there with the guy. So I kind of like it a little bit taller because I like to look up too.
So look down at his bald head.
That's not what I thought you were going to say there. The first three letters. Okay. So, yeah. So anyways, I swiped right on him and then I did one and I'm like, wait.
Oh no! Close the phone.
I
Like,
turned
put it
the
away.
little sand timer over. How long until I hear from him? And I'm just waiting. And then all of a sudden, bloop, bloop, bloop. And it said, you have a match. I mean, like the best 5 words I'd ever heard.
Yes.
Yeah. No, 4.
Here we are
gosh,
counting
4.
our fingers.
So I am like super excited because for me, it meant that like somebody was interested in me, and that was kind of the hard thing I think coming out of divorce is your insecurities and you feel like, is anybody going to love me? Is anybody going to want to go out with
Right.
me? Am I
All your
funny?
insecurities
Am
are
I attractive?
shining.
Yeah. And so when he matched back with me, it was just that little bit of validation.
exciting.
I was exciting
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, somebody likes me. So that was pretty cool. So we actually just talked back and forth on the site for a while, which I think is kind of good. I kind of like to chat back and forth a little bit, get to know somebody. I'm not big on the ones that are like, hey, let's meet. Yeah, I'm all about meeting. I'm not looking for a pen pal.
Right, I've heard that a lot. Like,
Yeah,
we
because
gotta
I'm
meet
just like to
sooner
sit
or
on there.
later. Right.
Yeah. But I wanted to get to know him first.
And if
see
you,
if
I
wanted
feel like
to.
if you don't meet in person, it's hard to like. Once you meet in person, it's just different.
Then you can make a
But
a
yeah,
decision
definitely
whether
don't want to
you
be
really
pen
like 'em.
pals, but
Well, yeah.
definitely want to chat a little bit.
Totally.
a little bit.
Chemistry is huge.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not going to find that until you meet in person. So we talked about everything. We talked about, music and movies and, just what I did for a living, all kinds of different stuff. So, and then we agreed to do our first date. So
And he asked.
Okay.
He
asked
okay,
if we could meet. And so I was kind of like, oh, you make the plans, So he kind of gave me a place. He said, let's meet here. and we'll go from there. So it wasn't a specific like restaurant. He didn't say, let's meet at this restaurant. It was kind of like
you an address?
Well, there was like this area, kind of like a shop, like a village. So it was kind of like, let's meet there. We kind of decided like a corner to meet at. And then, because there's all kinds of restaurants in there. So then we're like, let's go from there. So I was super excited. So anyways.
You get all ready.
I got all
What'd you wear?
up. I wish I'd written it down. I don't remember what I wore on my first date, but if I had to guess, I mean, I usually go with like some Converse flats because I don't know
Just in case.
how the height thing's going to work out for me. And if I walk up and I'm taller than him, I'm going to turn around and walk away. I just know myself.
Done?
So yeah, I'd be done. So, so I agreed to meet him. And so I pulled up, I parked and everything. I'm waiting at the corner. Okay. So all of a sudden, he says I'm like a minute out. Granted, he was a little bit late. Not a good idea.
Buddy.
Yeah, don't show up late.
Red flag.
Red flag
Strike
right
one.
away.
Whichever. What?
Yeah,
strike one
to
or
me, show
not?
up on time.
I don't know if it's a red flag, but it's a
No,
strike.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit of a strike.
Yeah.
But a minute?
No, this is a minute after he was already late. Like he said I'm a minute out, but I'd already been waiting.
Strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he pulls up and immediately he pulls up in it, like I think it was in a Mustang. I'm pretty sure it was. He rolls down the window. Well, he didn't roll. What year am I in? I'm sorry. He automated the window down. And he looks out and he goes, hey, I made reservations at this Cuban restaurant. Like, not even in where we're at. And he's like, get in. We'll drive there. So, Katie.
So you got in your car.
What would your answer
I'd have been
be?
like, fantastic. I'll meet you there. Give me the address.
Yes. You know what Andrea said?
I'm
Sweet.
guessing.
Let's go. So
I had an idea. And that was what you were going to say.
Well, I think that goes back again to not really knowing what the right move is or what you should do.
Like, were you in the moment, or is it just like you thought
I
or you're
trusted
just
everybody.
I
mean, you're coming out. I don't know dating like this, so I'm just thinking everybody's on the up and up. Mm-hmm. Totally. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I'll say I had a little bit of hesitation getting in. I mean, there's a little bit, but
you got it.
I went with it. I went. So I get in the car. We drive to this cute little Cuban restaurant. Never had Cuban food. That was fun. We go into the restaurant. We kind of sit down, and we get this booth. It's like kind of a circular corner booth, okay? And immediately, I mean, he's like right up in my craw. like just
in the booth. Okay.
Yeah. Like, but a little too close for comfort, right?
Because you just met.
Totally. And so, but whatever. So I order the food and stuff, and I'm sitting there with like my hand on the chair, and next thing I feel like his fingers start crawling up on my hand, and I'm like,
wait, where's your hands next to you or on your
lap?
Okay.
Nope, next to me, and then I get like kind of like, for those of you who can't see,
or those of you listening, her hand is being caressed.
Absolutely.
And you're like, what, 10 minutes in?
It might have been 20, 25. Yeah. I mean, we were eating, so food had come already.
Okay.
But immediately I'm thinking, and again, this goes back to, I think, what everybody thinks when they first come out. I don't know what's right, what's wrong. Is that normal? I don't know. Is there a time frame?
Asking the wrong person right here.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be asking me.
You're like, is that normal? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, okay. So, anyways, we do that.
Maybe his love language is physical touch.
Yes.
Clearly.
Too soon. So, anyways, we do the little rub me in the hands, whatever, and I, pull away, touch my hair, scratch, whatever, get out of it. And then, shortly after, he comes back, almost asking me to hold his hand, and he does this where he puts his hand out to me, like, may I have your hand kind of thing.
Did you?
Well, I was a little hesitant, and I'll tell you why. His hands were like a 100-year-old man's hands. They were so wrinkly and calloused and worked over. They had not seen lotion in years. I'm not even kidding. I was just like, what is that?
Okay.
But again.
So you just didn't?
I did a little bit. I just took it because it's awkward. Who does that? Like, hold my hand. So I did. And then, of course, now because I've seen one thing that is like throwing me off, now everything seems
now you're
weird.
looking.
Now I'm looking. So what do I see next? Oh, the man has these short little arms. Oh, poor guy. I'm not even giving him a name because this is terrible.
What should we name him? Well,
T-Rex.
I mean,
really.
arms fit.
So here we've got.
Oh my God.
See, well, maybe that explains why his hands were so old. He's
he was a dinosaur.
So anyway, he's got these tiny little arms, these wrinkly little hands, and now I am just seeing a whole new light. All of a sudden, I am totally clear on what is a big turnoff for Andrea.
Oh, dinosaurs.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
Old, wrinkly hands.
And dinosaurs.
And dinosaur arms.
Anyways, so that's how the dinner part went. So now we've got to still do the ride back to my car.
Oh, because your car's not there.
Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah.
Well played.
So, I mean.
So you couldn't do that like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting up with an old friend. Like that out, like. You did,
what?
Oh, hi.
Something's happened?
Oh,
Something
no.
terrible happened?
You had to.
Yeah, I didn't have a ride. Okay.
Uber?
Yeah. I guess I could have. Okay. Yeah. Was that around 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could have.
But you were interested to find out more about.
I had to see where this
T-Rex
was going to end up. Like, I mean, I was
took
so
one for the
invested.
team, right?
I was so invested already. So we come out, we get in the car. We're sitting in the car, and I don't know. He does not start the car. He's just kind of sitting there. So now an immediate discomfort comes over me.
Oh, no.
I unbuckle my seatbelt that I
Okay.
unbuckled. I need to flee in a hurry.
Yes,
if there's
you've
a problem,
gotta be
right?
ready.
So I'm just kind of sitting there waiting, and then he all of a sudden he kind of looks at me and he says, "You want a little music?" And I'm like, "Sure,"
Oh.
So he goes, "Well, I know we talked in our conversation about that you like sexy music." I'm thinking Enya, right?
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
great.
talking about? Real smooth,
Yes.
grooving kind of music. Oh, he puts on 50 Cent Candy Shop. And
Sing a little for us in case they don't know what that is. Because I don't know what it is. So you got to help me out here. Oh.
Welcome to the candy shop. That's all I know. Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. Like that's it, right?
Okay.
So I'm like,
And that's what he chooses.
that's
It's
what he
over
chooses.
Enya.
And says, you said you like sexy music, but okay, we are definitely not in the same era. But I'm like, okay, cool. And then next thing I know, we start getting some grinding. And he is in his seat. Welcome to the candy shop.
No, for those of you listening, Andrea's arms are up.
And my booty is gyrating. And this is like, he is like getting
Is your
so
hand
into
on
this.
the handle?
The handle, I am ready to flee, but
it
it is
locked?
good.
Does he have you
This is
locked
some
in?
serious entertainment. I'm not going to get this
Oh.
anywhere else. I mean, I'm staying for the show.
Okay.
So I look over at him and I am just like, okay, I got you. I see you. And he basically dances for, 10 minutes. It was a good 10 minutes in the confines of the car, which was odd. And then he says to me, I told you I could dance.
Could he dance? Was it good?
Well, no, all I saw was the bottom and the top. It was I don't know, trying to wiggle out of like a tube, That's what it looked like.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, wow, you're good. Where?
Oh, you're hyping him up.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he's trying.
Pay for effort.
And I'm like, where did you learn to dance like this? And he's like, I used to be a male dancer.
Wait. What? Whoa. Wait.
I missed that part in the profile.
Was it on the profile?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was literally.
No, we forgot that part.
He just didn't believe
Yeah.
that. That was,
so,
private.
he was
It was
pretty
private
much a
information.
male stripper type dancer. Oh, it all made sense. I mean, it was.
Did you tip him?
Yeah, I told him don't do that again. That was my tip. So. We head back to my car, and then I know. Okay, so then comes the goodnight kiss. Where do you go with that? Okay,
You don't. You get out of the car.
He danced for me. No. Okay, but you don't know that on the first date. Are you not? What? They come in. What do you dodge?
Was he coming in?
Yeah. Well,
there was
eventually,
You weren't giving
he
him
put
like this.
the hand out again and pulled
weren't-
me in. And I'm like, whoa.
You dodged it? Did you dodge it? Okay.
Of course. I was
Awkwardly,
not
or
into
you were
him at
like,
all.
that was smooth?
Oh, it was so awkward. No, it was so awkward.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it just went like very wrong for the first date, but look how much I learned on that.
What did you learn?
I learned, don't get in the car with strangers. Stranger danger.
Yes.
I learned
You don't like T-Rex arms and
or
wrinkly hands.
So I need
turn off.
So when I'm asking for pictures, there's
You want to
specific
see their
things I
hands.
need to ask for.
Is it okay to ask for a hand pic?
I think so. It's fine.
Better than other pics.
Don't talk about sexy music if
it's not in you don't want it.
yeah, absolutely. And be a little bit more clear on what they do up front for their
Find out if they're a male
for their
dancer.
job. Yeah. So I mean, I think he liked
Nothing
me.
wrong with
He
male
did.
dancers.
No.
You just want to know
no.
that up front.
Yeah. I mean, I could have
You
been
would have
into
brought
it
some dollar bills.
if it had been presented differently. I think
You would have been okay with
Not on the first date. I don't want to see you gyrating in the seat next to me on
enough,
the first date.
fair enough.
I would have enjoyed maybe seeing that dates down the road, and maybe it was like a romantic, sexy thing. You're kind of like
Maybe
wooing
he
me.
could give some pointers on pole dancing.
Oh my gosh.
Could you call him up?
No,
Invite him?
not now. I can't. Are you kidding me? Wow. So it kind of ended up that, I wasn't interested. He did reach out multiple times after, and I did ghost him, which is terrible.
No.
And I think we really need to talk about that at a later time about ghosting, because I think that it's a really crappy thing to do. It felt great for me, but for him, it really sucked. But I've been on the other end of that, where you get ghosted, and it's like this. Oh, you just want this closure.
So you didn't
and
even
don't-
give him like a, hey, not going to work out. Don't really like your hands.
No, but that was so wrong.
Use some lotion and call me in 6 months. Nothing.
Nothing. I know. That was wrong.
But after one day, you know what?
was
We're going
one
to get
day.
into that in another episode. Like when is it appropriate to is it
it
ever
ever
appropriate? Well, that's a whole other episode.
There's my first date
Wow.
out of the gate.
Wow.
I mean, I learned a lot on
You
it.
learned a
know?
lot.
Yeah. You should share your location with friends. You should have a friend on standby that does the whole, what? Something bad happened?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can
Yes.
get out of that. Honestly, it's okay to be, if they're entering your comfort zone, yeah, I think it's okay to say, hey, I'm not really comfortable with that
Yeah.
yet. Like when he went to grab my hand. But again, I felt like I was going to hurt his feelings, or I was going to make him feel uncomfortable.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you really got to worry about yourself and what's
But
comfortable
it's
for
hard
you.
in that moment to,
Oh, totally.
like-
It's an awkward thing. But
especially when you don't have your car with you.
yeah, and you need a ride back.
Yeah, he's your ride.
Yeah. So tell me about your first date,
Man,
Katie.
oh my
What
goodness.
you got? Top that.
I don't even know where to start. I guess same. I was very similar to like the Bumble thing, like swiping.
Okay,
and-
wait. Let's go back though. Okay, before you actually went on the first date. So,
Oh my gosh.
because you are a lot newer out of this divorce thing than I am. Okay, so me looking back now, I can kind of see how I felt, and I probably felt totally different than I think I felt saying it now. So I'm asking you, okay, because it probably wasn't that long ago. Like, what were you feeling?
May. It was in May. How long ago was it? That's a lot. Oh my god.
Coming up on a year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
What was the
how did you
question?
feel? Like, what made you start getting into it? Did you wait a while after your divorce?
I waited a really long time before,
What's a really long time?
at least a year.
Ooh.
Like after like the divorce was finalized. I think it was at least a year.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
That's
the exact
commendable,
timeline.
actually.
Well, yeah, I was just like I said in the first episode. If you missed that, I was like the cliche thing. Like I want to work on myself, which I mean sounds cliche, but it really was like I just need to process this whole thing. I just need to take some time, and
that's super
I
smart.
don't know that I was actually ready. I had a couple friends that were like that told me they were like on
after
Bumble.
a year, you didn't know if you were ready?
Yeah, even after a year, like I was just not minding being single and kind of just enjoying that. It was a whole new ball. I've been married for. I mean, I know you had too, but I guess some people are just ready to jump right back in. I just kind of wasn't. I just needed to process that whole thing.
Sure.
And then I had a friend that I think she had just signed up on Bumble, and she was telling me about like
You did Bumble too?
Yes, and she was telling me the same
Oh.
thing. She was like, and the woman makes the first move. They have to reach out, which I was like, that's the opposite of what I want. I don't want to be the first
I
one.
know. I totally see that in you.
No,
You'd be like,
but
no thanks.
then I was like, and like she was like trying to tell me to get on, like just join it. And I was like, no. And I was like lying in bed one night, and like not doing anything. And I just literally just signed up on the whim. Like I just was like,
Ballsy.
like a week before that, I was like, nah, not really. And I was just laying there. I'm like, okay, why not? So I like took an hour and did my little profile and anyway, started like the swiping. But I was the same thing. Like I accidentally swiped.
Your first date was an accident?
No. I'm just saying right out the gates, I swiped just accidentally.
Just what I said not to do.
Don't do it. Like, be careful when you hold that phone. And like that, he matched immediately. That and, no.
Oh.
Wasn't. I mean, it just wasn't my type. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I was like, oh,
what is your type, Katie?
Not that. I don't, not necessarily know what I'm looking for.
Do you like a dark hair guy, light hair?
Like a darker more, or like a dirty blonde or something. Not like a blonde. I'm not opposed to a
you just like them
blonde.
dirty.
Just dirty? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dark haired.
Did y'all hear that? Okay.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it for my type. I like a little scruff.
I do too.
Yeah.
I didn't used to.
Right.
I didn't like facial hair.
No.
But now it's kind of,
I don't know necessarily need like that full beard, just like that
Yeah.
scruff, a day or two old.
5 o'clock shadow.
5 o'clock shadow.
All right.
Not bad.
Okay.
So then I was like swiping, and I think I was more